Okay, imagine your sister goes missing in a creepy abandoned town. And instead of hiring professionals, the universe decides you get to solve the case. No weapon, no backup plan, just trauma and a mini DV tape from a guy who shot himself on your porch. Yeah, welcome to Shelby Oaks, baby, where the only thing scarier than the demons is that Wi-Fi signal in that abandoned prison. And by the way, if Tyrion ever shows up behind me, glowing eyes and all, I'm not screaming. I'm immediately negotiating. Look, dude, can we at least wait until after this video? I need the watch time. Let's get weird.
Waxyz World.
Welcome into Waxyz World, the horror corner of YouTube, where we watch movies your mom told you not to watch, talk about the demons your grandmother warned you about, and absolutely judge every character who chooses to investigate a creepy noise alone. Today, we're diving into a movie that the internet has opinions about. And trust me, some of those opinions need an exorcism. We're talking about Shelby Oaks, the 2025 supernatural horror mystery written and directed by Chris Stuckmann, produced with Mike Flanagan, and starring Camille Sullivan and a bunch of hellhounds who need anger management. And listen, there aren't many good, modern, supernatural, indie-leaning, paranormal mystery films with this tone. So finding one that at least swings big is refreshing. But before we get into the full review, I have to address the elephant in the room. Or more like the comment section demon in the basement. Alright, so let's talk about this. Because if I don't, you guys will absolutely bring it up in the comments like Bloody Mary. So yes, this film got a lot of hate, and not all of it was about the movie itself. I've seen people critiquing this film purely based on whether they like Chris Stuckmann as a YouTuber. And let me say this. Grow the F up. I'm not too familiar with Chris Stuckmann. I've seen some videos. I respect the dude's grind, but I don't watch him regularly. And that means this review is based solely on the film and not the person. Because if we're judging movies based on whether we like the director's YouTube channel, then I guess next year y'all will be reviewing my videos like, yeah, Waxyz World made a movie and I don't like the third act because I disagree with his Child's Play rankings. No, stop it. Be normal. All right. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to the review. So Shelby Oaks is about Mia, played by Camille Sullivan, who is trying to track down her missing sister Riley, played by Sarah Dern, who disappeared years earlier while investigating a creepy ghost town with her paranormal YouTuber crew, the Paranormal Paranoids. First of all, the Paranoids, love the name, very YouTube, very we're gonna get possessed for content, smash that like button. Not sure what that was, so let's get back to the video. Now what I like about this is that the film mixes mystery, supernatural dread, and emotional drama. It's not just jump scares, though trust me, there are some jumps that had me almost levitating. And the central question is, what really happened to Riley? And what's actually lurking in Shelby Oaks? And the film does great at dangling that mystery like a carrot on a demon's fishing line. There is this mix of filming techniques used in this film. It goes from sort of found footage POV to just third person, and I appreciate the mix of styles used here. Now the one thing I will give Chris Stuckmann here is the atmosphere is on point. The whole movie feels like opening a dusty box in your attic that you know you shouldn't touch, but curiosity won't let you walk away. There's this constant feeling like something is watching you, like the film has a pair of glowing eyes aimed at you the whole time, which are perfect because glowing eyes are basically the film's unofficial logo. And I'm telling you, the hellhounds in this movie have more presence than half the paranormal investigators on YouTube. Now let's get to the cast. With Camille Sullivan, who plays Mia, and Mia is the emotional center of the film. Camille Sullivan gives one of those I'm tired, traumatized, and one bad night away from fighting a demon with my bare hands performances. You can feel her desperation, and that's important because this whole story works if Mia works. Next, we have Sarah Dern, who plays Riley, and Riley brings this really fragile but haunted energy, especially in the flashbacks and documentary footage. And even though she's gone for most of the movie, her presence hangs over everything. And then we have Brendan Sexton III, who plays Robert, Mia's husband, and Robert is fine. He's basically the friendly reminder that husbands in horror movies are contractually obligated to say I'm worried about you at least 5 times before storming out dramatically. And okay, look, the Paranormal Paranoids feel like that YouTube team that always goes, okay guys, we're gonna spend the night in this haunted mansion and we might die. Smash that like button. They're believable. They act like real characters, and I respect the commitment because if I heard even one distant whisper in that prison, I'd be sprinting out like I'm in a Nike commercial. Now, this is where the movie really starts cooking. You've got a ghost town, a creepy prison, an abandoned amusement park, a mysterious cult, demonic lore, hellhounds with drip, a demon named Tyrion, Wilson Miles being a walking red flag, and a mom who should absolutely not be around children ever. And honestly, some of y'all have worse families than this, so maybe the movie is not even that unrealistic. Just kidding, your families aren't perfect, right? Now you can feel that Mike Flanagan energy in the bones of this film. The long takes, the emotional trauma, the slow burn dread, and the feeling that something is always in the corner of the frame. It's not a Flanagan movie, but you definitely smell the cologne. And the atmosphere is strong. The story is compelling. The mystery hooks you. It's got great cinematography. The glowing eyes creature effects is chef's kiss. And Camille Sullivan carries the film. We've got lore, and I love me some horror lore. So okay, look, I enjoyed the movie, but some of the pacing gets wobbly. Some scenes feel too ambitious for the budget. The third act tries to juggle too many ideas. The hellhounds don't always look consistent, and some emotional beats could hit harder. None of this is really nothing movie ruining, but it's worth mentioning. Now, Shelby Oaks is really about trauma, sisterhood, obsession, the sins of the past, cycles of abuse, generational horror, and the supernatural feeding on emotional wounds. It's less about demons and more about the demons inside you. Now, is it scary? Yes, but not spill your popcorn scary. It's more, I don't want to look out my window tonight scary. I think something is standing in the hallway scary, and I might sleep with the lights on scary. Now, I did enjoy Shelby Oaks. It's not perfect, but it's ambitious, eerie, and genuinely interesting. It swings big, some hits, some misses, but it absolutely has a place in modern supernatural horror. And honestly, I'd rather watch a movie that swings than one that plays it safe. So if you've seen Shelby Oaks, drop your thoughts below. And if Tyrion is possessing you as we speak, blink twice and I'll send some help. Maybe. It depends on what time it is. Thanks for hanging out with me for this wild ride. This is Waxyz World, and remember, if something with glowing eyes shows up behind you, pretend you don't see it. They hate that. Till next time, we'll see you again. Peace.